Hey, what's up guys, Pedro V here, coming to y'all with a new video. So remember when I said the third seal has been broken? Famine, the horseman famine, and I made another video about there will be a deadly disease that will be released to the public very soon. Well, now look here, it says, experts warn, fatal zombie deer disease could spread to humans. Hunters are urged to be on the lookout for symptoms of chronic wasting disease, though they can take years to appear after infection. Health experts are warning that a fatal infectious disease that is spreading across the country among deer, elk, and moose may be transmittable to humans. Chronic wasting disease, CWD, which is described as a progressive fatal disease that affects the brain, the spinal cord, and other tissues of animals, has been documented in at least 24 states as of January. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention said the disease, which can take years for symptoms to appear after infection, is believed to spread through bodily fluids like feces, saliva, blood, or urine by direct and indirect contact in the environment. There are no treatments or vaccines. The symptoms, which have been compared to those of zombies, may include drastic weight loss, stumbling, lack of coordination, listlessness, drooling, excessive thirst or urination, drooping ears, lack of fear of people, and aggression. Though there have been no confirmed animal-to-human transmissions, some health officials pointing to laboratory tests say it may be only a matter of time. Well, there you have it, folks. Only a matter of time. So I just want to give you guys a heads up, let you guys know what's going on with that, to be cautious and to know your surroundings, to be aware and prepared. With that all being said, guys, God bless you guys, stay safe, and over and out.
Like so many epidemics before, the loss of so many lives began with a single microscopic organism. It's human nature to seek even the smallest comfort in reason or logic for events as catastrophic as these. But a virus doesn't choose a time or place. It doesn't hate or even care. It just happens.
Deer suspected of chronic wasting disease.
State wildlife officers say they are still collecting deer samples to check for chronic wasting disease.
Biologists in eastern Montana say there's concern that chronic wasting disease is already spreading up in Liberty and Carbon counties this year.
No, let's go. We gotta go home, Sam.
Growing concerns this morning after a vial containing a potentially deadly virus goes missing from a lab at the University of Texas at Galveston. Now, Dr. Mark Siegel is a member of the Fox News Medical Aid Team, Associate Professor of Medicine at NYU's Langone Medical Center. And Doc, good morning to you. What do we need to know about the possibility that this could be dangerous?
Well, Bill, in this case, this is called the guanarito virus, and it affects Venezuelan rats. Now, look, it doesn't even affect rats from the United States. So it is not going to do what I call jumping the species barrier and infect humans. It is not going to happen. It's very deadly in Venezuelan rats. It's not even making our rats sick. It is not going to jump to humans. Everybody watches this news and they think of Contagion, you know, the movie Contagion. It's going to happen that way. It's not going to happen. But, you know, Bill, at the same time that this news is out, the Government Accountability Office is about to issue a report saying that the security in our labs isn't what it should be in the United States, and that this stuff can happen.
That's
where
interesting,
vials
too. So
slip out.
you know about this research facility in Galveston? Tell us about it.
Well, that research facility in Galveston is a very good lab, but the top research facilities in the United States, and I want to reassure our viewers about this, they call them level 4 biocontainment facilities. CDC has 2, and the United States Army Research Institute of Infectious Disease, US AMRID, has the biggest, 10,000 square feet. People wearing space suits, researchers, the air is filtered. They very, very rarely have a problem, and they're involved in defense against bioterrorism. So they got Ebola there, they got Marburg virus there, they got flu, and they're experimenting with it there, but they're doing it very, very, very carefully. They even have a facility if a person, God forbid, gets contaminated there.
So it has a great
top
reputation,
research.
but here's a direct question for you, Doctor. How does a vial go missing? How is that possible?
Well, Bill, this is the problem we saw with the anthrax mailings, if you recall, in 2001. I think a vial goes missing if a scientist or a helper, an aide, somehow mistakes it, or it disappears, or they take it. I mean, I think this needs a very serious investigation. In this case, I'm not worried about the public, but it's a wake-up call that we really got to watch at. A lot of hands are touching things, and that's why that's the biggest risk. The biggest risk of bioterrorism, unfortunately, is a lab accident or a lab error.
Is that so?
Because we can defend against terrorists, but it's very hard to defend against a scientist gone AWOL or somebody that slips or an accident that occurs. This virus is not going to be the one.
And you've heard of this before, the guanarito virus?
I've heard of this virus, but again, this is one of those deadly viruses in animals that we're studying to see what the difference is. What would you have to do to this virus to get it to the point where it could affect humans? In 1918, we saw something jump the species barrier, a flu virus, but it doesn't happen that often. We need to know scientifically what it would take for it to happen. That's the movie Contagion. It's very, very rare.
Mark, thank you. Really appreciate your insight.
Good to see you, Bill.
Dr. Mark Siegel, live there today from Detroit, Michigan. Thank you, Doc. 6 minutes now.